To shut the pump off. So the fish are doing good so far. Hello viewers, today I'm out here. I'm going to feed the goldfish and kois and other fish that we have in here. We got some tetras and some rosy barbs and some of like those shark fish. We got butterfly goldfish in here. We got tons of different kind of fish in here. My plan today is that I have another pond that I got to clean the filter to, but I want to kind of remodel it a little bit, make it different. Because I'm kind of wanting to change, expand, make more ponds and whatnot. So I'll take you over to the area here in a little bit after I finish feeding the fish here. I'll go show you the next pond and what my idea to do with it is. Please don't mind the mess. I don't know if anybody who has been subscribed to us from the beginning, a lot of you will know that my dad is a cancer survivor. He had esophageal cancer. He was stage 2. He had surgery, went through chemotherapy, which he just finished about 2 or 3 months ago, and he is now cancer-free, thankfully. During that time with my dad having cancer and all the appointments and stuff, I kind of became my dad's caregiver. I took him to his appointments, I took care of him, I did things for him when he needed it. And so my whole pond area over time has kind of grown out of control, looks like poop, and I'm not happy with it. So I kind of want to do a fresh, clean start. We ended up getting some new, beautiful big goldfish right here from a lady whose pond that they kind of outgrew. I put them in this pond right here because it's like a 500-gallon pond. Now we have the bigger ponds on the other side, which is what I just showed you. And I put them in here kind of like as a quarantine thing to see how they do. It's small, it's not going to stress them out. I have tons of fish in the other pond and stuff, and you know, I don't want them to get overwhelmed. So this is kind of like their break-in point. As you can see, my water flow is really low because I got to change the filters and stuff and clean them all out. It is getting hot, so therefore there's going to be more algae buildup. And also my UV bulb burnt out, so I have to order a new UV bulb. The UV bulb keeps the water crystal clear and kills off any algae and parasites of those sorts. So the UV bulb is definitely a big helping hand. But what I want to do is, I have another pond that's over on the other side of this fence. It's a little one, it's not installed yet. There's some water in it. I put some feeder minnows in it, or minnows that Catch 'em All Minnow has caught, to kind of like keep the mosquitoes out of it, because it's, like I said, it's got water in it, so I didn't want mosquito larvae in it. And it doesn't have any filter here. I'll go show you guys. And like I said, don't mind the mess. I'm redoing stuff. But as you can see here, it doesn't have a filter hooked up into it or anything. You've seen the little minnows go down and stuff, but they've been in here for good 3 weeks now with no filter, and they're still living. It was kind of a little test thing to see how they would do, because you find them in stagnant water all the time, which has no oxygen or anything like that. But yeah, so I want to take this pond, which this is 75 or 80 gallons, and I want to, let's go back this way, and I want to set it up in the back area. I want to take this bigger pond and actually straighten it and move it this way. And then this whole area over here, I want to put in like the turtle pond because you've seen our turtles in previous videos. We have 2 musk turtles. I could have swore that both musk turtles were boys, but apparently not. So one of the musk turtles turned out to be a female and the other one was male. And I had walked in and they were breeding. So they don't have no actual dirt, soil, land or anything. They have rocks that they can go and bask underneath the light and stuff like that. And so they don't get, you know, the rot on their shells or anything from being in the water and stuff. So therefore she's gonna need somewhere to lay some eggs. So I wanna go and take where this post is at and go straight across and go all the way to the fence post here. So all of this will be like the new pond area. So I want to straighten this big pond out, get the smaller pond put back here, somehow get water flowing from the small pond to the big pond to keep it on one continuous cycle. And then I want to take a little fenced off area here and make this our little turtle enclosure with their own little pond and where she can get out and lay her eggs in whatever dirt nest or however they do it. But yeah, I wanted to get all that done, so let's get started. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to shut the pump off, and then I'm going to take the plants and stuff out. I'm going to take the pump that's in the pond out, so that way we'll have an easier time catching the fish without hopefully stressing them out too much with them trying to hide and then me trying to scare them out. And Fisher, my man here, is going to take buckets of water. He's going to put them in this, which then I'm going to take over to a tote and we'll start filling that up. So my catch mom minnow is hard at work getting some water out. Oh, that's okay, you can leave that stuff in there. But yep, we're going to start getting this water level low, filling it up in buckets and totes. I'm going to drain the water here out of my pump, well, out of my filter, so that way this bucket's not going to be so heavy to lift. And also all the dirt and stuff, the way how me and my husband had built these DIY filters. Super easy, really efficient. Like, you don't have to go buy no expensive filter. This does the exact same thing. As you can see, my water is clear, except for right now we're stirring up, but it's still clear. So what this does is all the water that's in here and all the poop and stuff collects here at the bottom. So when you open this, it actually spits out all the poopy water. Kind of like a clean. You do that about once a week. And I haven't changed or cleaned this filter in about a month and a half now, and it did really, really good. As you can see, the water's a little dirty and disgusting. But yeah, so we're gonna get the water drained out of this. Yep, and I'm dumping bucketfuls of water in the tote over there. So once we get it low enough, we'll go and start trying to catch these fish with minimal stress and get them moved over into the totes, and then I can get the rocks out, get this taken up, and get all this stuff cleaned and dug up. Stay tuned. So I have some totes filled up with water. I got bubblers on the back of this one. This is the one that I'm gonna put all the fish in because that way they have something to hide in, and also the sides are dark so it won't stress them out as much. And then I'm trying to collect as much water as I can because that pond is gonna require a big water change. But I also don't have to put a whole bunch of fresh water in it because I have the other ponds that already cycled through, which are the exact same water as the ones that the fish are in right now. So I'll just take water from that pond and add it to the other ponds and fill that one back up. That's no problem whatsoever. But right now I'm gonna go try to catch the fish. I'm gonna get them put in here, and then I'll start scooping the rocks out of the pond and get the pond lifted up. So I'm just putting a little bit more water into the blue bucket here because I'm gonna catch some of the fish and I'm gonna put them in here so I can transport them so they don't get too stressed out in the net. That should be good. This is the net I'm gonna use. I'm gonna try to do my best to record and try to catch them, and that might not work out. So we'll see how this goes. two of them. Got the hoblo catfish and the big goldfish that the lady had gave us. And then we're gonna take the hoblo catfish and we're gonna flip them over. Ta-da! I'm gonna get a couple more and then I'm gonna go over and I'm going to put them in the tote. Let's see, let's get some of these guys right here. These are a couple of the kois. These are just small ones. This is kind of like the little grow out pond for them right now until they can go hang out with the big boys. Oh, this isn't working. There we go. Ta-da! Now I'm gonna pause it so I can carry the bucket over to the tote.